Yavaş önce bırakıta. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Good. 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 Okay. Now, is it anybody else that works out a lot and would like to take it? Okay. No, sir. Okay. So how's it work? You just give them my name and then I just show up. The world's turning its back on. Okay. Hey, hi, I'm about to start my show. I got to make one phone call. I'll hit you after the show, all right? Hey, no sweat. All right. Yeah, but you better start. Okay.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass need to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass need to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up for parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world that don't go together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. Yeah, see the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and boy, your ass need to stop it, ass need the props. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Oh, I'm with step, I'm solid for show. For the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, your been passed through the fire. Ain't she the prophets that been sold belong to the Lord? How dare you abort it? Devil will failure, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. They ain't see to stop it, ain't she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ain't she the give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. ISUPK presents Ask Ye the Prophets weekly podcast. And the virgin, every race in the movie.
You are not the trusted. We are not to trust the oppressor, and we are not to trust the other.
Send in your questions to AskYeTheProphets@gmail.com or Ask Ye the Prophets on Facebook. And your questions will be answered live every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shalom. He's speaking of his name.
The white man made himself be the Egyptians and the Israelites. And the virgin. Every race in the movie.
Clap it up. Yeah. You on, right? Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatham. Yahweh Shema Halathun by Hashem Yahushua. Welcome to another episode of Ask Ye the Prophets. We got Officer Yedaya in the house at the helm, holding it down with all the tech problems and everything, getting it on, give him a hand. And of course, we got the mighty Trooper Ibad in the house, holding it down with us. So today, before I get into the questions, I gotta touch on, I'd be remiss if I didn't touch on our brother George Floyd, man. His trial is going on as we speak. A lot of people can catch it live, you understand, but a couple things I wanna go over, because it's a real heavy thing, man. Like George Floyd was lynched before the nation, murdered before the nation, you understand. And just to show you how biblical the dynamics of Israelites are and our oppressors, every black cop who I've heard says that it was unjust, it was uncalled for, too extreme violence. They went beyond the measures that they were supposed to go. Like white officers, they love to defend it and say, well, he was following protocol. He was supposed to do this. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. But every black police officer, black and brown police officer says, no, that's not in our training to treat people like that in those circumstances. It's not in our training to do that. You understand? He murdered this man before the nation, man. And the nation saw it. Everybody saw it. But still, seeing it through our oppressors' eyes, it's not as bad as you would think. It's not as bad as your eyes are telling you. You understand? It's not as bad as your ears and your eyes and your own brain tells you when you're seeing a man being murdered. That's what they say. That's coming from them. And I'm going to go into the scriptures later to show you. But first, I want to go into some of the footage. You go into that first email I sent you today. I want to go into some of the footage of the George Floyd murder. And then I'm going to go to some of the courtroom footage. And just to show you the animal that we're dealing with. And he's showing us more and more that he is the animal that the ISUPK has been telling you he is from the beginning. And once again, for years and years, you say, you're always talking about how bad the white man is, how bad the white man is. What about us? You're always talking about our oppressor. We hurt each other too. Listen, we do hurt each other, and we need to deal with that. And that time is coming. We're going to get right. You understand? The Lord's going to get that right. But the Lord is also going to deal with this man, our oppressor, who destroys and terrorizes us more than anybody, man. I don't care what George Floyd's problem was. I don't care what ailments he had. I don't care what he did compared to the crimes of this beast that act like they're God with a badge and a gun. He's a saint compared to them. He's a saint compared to the American police force, man. The largest and most organized crime family in America, the American Police Department. You got it, Dad? No sweat. And you're gonna show it on the TV, correct? Am I right? You need a minute? No sweat, no sweat. And listen, and it's a horrible thing, man. It's a horrible thing. Like in the footage, and everybody saw the footage. Now they got the police angles, they got everything, and from every angle, you hear this man struggling from the beginning, man. He didn't want to get in the car, okay, because he knew police can kill you in the car. And he might have had a couple of mental problems, man. He said he was claustrophobic. You know, he was screaming not to get in that car, man, asking the police, asking the beast, can you just stay with me, Officer You? Can you just stay with me? You understand? He's pleading. You understand? Because he's dealing with some issues, you understand? But when our oppressor is high off of drugs and PCP and fighting the police and trying to take the police gun, you don't shoot him automatically. You don't treat him like you treat us. And it's biblical, man. The difference between the way you treat your own people and the way you treat us is biblical. And we're going to get into it, man. The crowd is screaming to this monster, Derek Chauvin, man, to lift up off his neck. All right. Even after he stopped responding, he passed out. Because you're choking him for damn 6 minutes. He passed out. It ain't moving no more, not even begging for his life no more. They said, all right, he ain't responding. It's been over a minute. He ain't said nothing. Lift up off his neck. And this devil still didn't lift up off his neck, man. It was a national murder on national TV before everybody. And only in this sinful kingdom called America would there be a floor to defend that. Like they're actually given an opportunity to defend it and make excuses for it, which is ridiculous. And in America, the judge can't even intervene. He sees the same thing everybody else sees, but he can't even intervene. You understand? He can't even say, well, no, that was wrong because of this law and that law. It's illegal for the judge to even help out in America. You understand? Which makes it impossible to render righteous judgment, man. This kingdom is not for us, and it will not render righteous judgment to us. That's why. You ready?
It's been plenty, sir.
Okay, just like it. All right, go ahead. So start at 11 minutes if you don't mind. Are you able to take it to 11 minutes? Okay. Like 11:20, maybe 11:15. Now check this video out. We got it small just for copyright purposes, brothers and sisters. So this is the very beginning, right? So this ain't 11 minutes though, right?
It's 11. I started at 11:15.
Okay. Let me make sure it's the right one. So the first one I sent, I think of the Raw, George Floyd, the one that said Raw in the beginning. Okay. Let me see. All right, Kevin. So they got George Floyd on the ground. They can hear me, right?
I muted that video, sir. It's just you.
You muted the video? Okay, no. I want. Can they hear it? Is it illegal for them to hear it? They can't hear it, right?
They can hear
We
us.
can let them hear it. They'd be fine. Yeah, I want them to hear it. I can comment over top of it. I'm gonna turn it up. I want to delay with mine. I think the problem is I can't hear them live as they hear it. Okay, I can hear that. They hearing that, right? You hear the brother struggling, and this is from police footage. He in English, you understand? It's supposed to be protect and serve. And right now, this cat is on his neck. This beast, full body weight is on this brother's neck, choking him. He's pleading with him. Please, I can't breathe. Goddamn. Can you also get on that footage from the crowd watching this? I'm gonna switch to that in a second. I didn't send it to you. Look, he feeling, his body's feeling, man. You're on his neck, he's struggling to breathe, struggling to get his word out. But this beast, he said, you're all right. You're all right. You're talking, you're fine. They're gonna tell him he's fine. But he know he can't breathe. And it's a brother in the crowd screaming, man, just get up and get in the car. He telling, I will, man, I will. Now he realized they about to kill me. So I better go ahead and get in this car, no matter what I'm suffering from. He said, I can't move. My neck, he on my neck. He handcuffed me, hog tied. You don't know how many white people I've seen full of CCP and crazy fighting the police trying to take their gun. They get him, they cuff him in the back, they tie his legs down, they put him on some little gurney thing, and they lift him up and put him in the car, put him in a wagon, wait till the wagon come. But never do they choke the man to death. Never do they shoot him just because he's combative when he's white. You can hear him winding down, man. He's getting slow. He's saying less. Struggling to breathe. They're going to kill me, man. They know they're killing me. He's dying right now. He's dying. He probably feel himself passing out. Can't breathe, getting slower. While these devils would like to say he died of an overdose of drugs. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know how high you white people are fighting the police, but you make it home. They give you everything you need, give you a shot, tie you up, put you in the car, take you to the hospital, but they don't choke you to death. You understand? You got the footage from the crowd? You able to find that?
It's in the same video, sir?
Come. Sit, huh?
It's in the same video?
No, I didn't send it to you. You able to locate on YouTube. I couldn't find it. I was trying to rush.
It's on YouTube, sir?
It should be. Look at this. The brother, please. Come on, bro. He said, look at you. You being a bum now. He trying to be polite. you know. He said, you being a bum right now. You on his neck. You wrong for that. Even an old man that was hollering at George Floyd in the beginning, he had to tell him, he said, y'all wrong now. Y'all wrong now. Because the man is dying. And even after he's unresponsive and passes out, he's still on his neck to complete the job, man. He don't even try to resuscitate. They hollering to check his pulse, man. Do something. And one of the witnesses in this trial, an EMT worker, you understand, She was there pleading with them, telling them, let me check him, check his pulse, I can check him. And the Asian police, who's trying to impress the devil, of course, tells her, you understand, well, how do I know you really an EMT worker? How do I know you really this? How do I know you really that? He looked over, you're going to see in the footage if we get it, he looked over and saw this cat killing George Floyd. And then he just turned away and didn't look at it no more. And looked across the street, then looked at the crowd. He didn't want to look at it no more. You could tell in his face. But again, he recognized who he working for, the beast. You understand? And he recognized this job is to harm us. And ain't no big deal when they harm us. You found it? Okay, no sweat. Why? This is the very beginning, right? I'm trying to forward to when you get that knee on the neck. In the beginning of the video, this is when they first arrested him. They trying to put him in the car. He's screaming that he's claustrophobic, don't want to get in the car, asking one of the police to stay with him. He trying to explain, like Jake do, trying to explain his way out of this thing. I still ain't seen no proof of the $20 bill, the fake 20, but even still, you know how many counterfeit bills our oppressor uses in stores? But he don't get choked to death. You gonna say something, Dan?
I'm gonna take the car right here.
No sweat. Look at him, he done passed out. And this woman right here, she's the EMT worker. She just happened to be passing by. So she came over to offer her assistance. But again, this beast won't even they won't help us. Neither will they let anybody else help us, man. Why? Because he wanted to kill this man. He wanted to murder this man. That's what he wanted to do. And finally, after he dead and gone, they call an ambulance. An ambulance arrives, and they put him in and leave. And the brother, he's still trying to talk to him. He called the police. On the police. Police here on the scene, but he see these guys just murdered this man, and they don't care what nobody say. They wouldn't even let this EMT worker help him or try to resuscitate him, man. They wanted him to die. And he called the police on them. Said, listen, I got some police out here. I just saw that murderer guy, man. He telling them he out, man. He gone. And you still not going to do anything? The little girl saw it. The first woman who did the video was with the little girl in the green. The initial video that went viral was the woman that was with her. She was a young girl too, underage. And she was with this little 8-year-old girl. You should have heard the 8-year-old girl in court, man. We're going to get that too. Go back to the videos I sent you in the email. Get to grab the second one. And once again, I didn't heard all the black officers they didn't interview. They didn't interview the Chief Ramsey. They interviewed him. He said it was illegal, was not protocol. He murdered the man. You understand? This brother we're about to see in this next video, he gonna say the same thing, that it was wrong. And another black officer said that it was wrong. I ain't heard no black officers say that this was justified. I think the video, the one that said, I'm dead, heartbreaking new video.
I'm holding it up now.
No sweat. Okay, what I'm seeing is a delay. Like these people, man, like the scriptures say, they hunt our steps, man. They hunt our steps, and any chance that they get, they will execute murder. They will murder you if they get a chance. They don't have to be plotting to do it, but every day they in a bloodlust, every day. And whenever they can harm you and get away with it, they will do it. Whenever they can do something to terrorize you and destroy you, they'll do it. And Derek Chauvin saw his opportunity there. They pulled him out of that car because he was complaining about being in the car. Boom, knee on the neck. and he gonna stay there. He just gonna stay there until he has to get up. Even when the ambulance first came, George Floyd was gone, unresponsive. The ambulance came, she got out to take his pulse and asked him I want to take his pulse, and he still would not get off the man's neck after he passed out and dead. You understand? Still could have saved him, maybe. I don't know, but he was passed out. You don't know. Unresponsive. The EMT at least is supposed to try to bring him back, but he wouldn't even get off his neck then, man. He wouldn't even allow them to save him. Go ahead. Can I hear it? Can I hear it?
It's a little slow because of the news site.
Go ahead and start again. Don't you say?
No, it hasn't started yet.
Then in court, the damn defense lawyer had the nerve to try to berate the brother. Did you call the police a bum 13 times? 13 times you called them a bum. He said, did you hear that? If you heard it, that's what I said. He got a little agitated with it, man, because the world witnessed the murder. Now he got to sit in court and be played with by this devil, by the lawyer of this murderer. He got to be played with. This is an unjust empire, man. Unjust, and our people, we better wake up to it, man. You better wake up to you. The ISUPK, we ain't been lying to you, man. You just now, 2021, you just now starting to listen, man. It's high time that you awake out of your sleep. Let me know when you're ready. High time that we awake out of the sleep, man. One sister that was there said she still cried at night, and she prayed to George Floyd, apologizing for not doing more, apologizing for not intervening, man. And that's what the brother said in the court, man. He wished he could have intervened. You understand? But these people, you give them a gun and a badge, and they are gods, man. They are gods in this kingdom. And they know it. You understand? And so the people, they scared to even intervene because they know that these people have a license to murder all of us. All of us. And hardly get no repercussions, man. They could have murdered everybody on that payment. You understand? Meanwhile, I've seen where police tackle somebody on the floor and he trying to cuff him, and some white man runs and tackles the police off of the guy. Tackle the police off of the guy. But does he get shot? Hell no. Hell no. Does he get choked to death? Hell no. Hell no. They take him on into the station safe and sound. And most likely he beat that. He get off. What a defense, because this kingdom is set up for them. And I'm going to show you in the scripture. What we got? Okay, no sweat. Let's drop it. Let's go to the third one, the one in the courtroom. You want to look out, see what that is? Let's go to the one in the courtroom. Now we're about to see a little footage of the trial. You understand? The EMT worker, she gave her part in the trial. The brother who was trying to plead with them to get off of him, man, to get off of him, he's on the trial. Oh, okay, you can let her in. Come on, go on. You know how to use the temperature thermometer? Okay. We up there?
I'm pulling it up there.
No sweat. Let me know when we up. Jeremiah 14:2. Like, this is ridiculous that we even have to go to that court system and be talked to like we retarded. You understand? Like the defense lawyer will talk to you like you retarded. You try to ask a bunch of questions that don't matter. Why? Just to take distraction from the murder, to make the trial long, to make the jurors just to put a lot of extra things in the case to make the jurors get disinterested. You understand? Everybody saw the footage. I don't care if he was high out of his mind, if he was drunk out of his mind. It's not. You can't murder somebody because they drunk. You can't murder somebody because they high. You understand? We know that because we see they people drunk and high all the time. White people are always drunk and high, fighting the police, resisting arrest. But they get to go home. They get to go to hell home. You understand? Read Jeremiah 14:2.
Come. It's the book of
Let me know
Jeremiah,
when you're ready to die. I'll stop. Go ahead.
chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah warning.
Judah, the tribe of Judah. Black people, man. Black people, read.
And the gates thereof languish.
We in mourning. We destroyed, man. We destroyed. We sad in this kingdom because everything is against us. Everything is against us. And if you're not in the ISUPK, you don't even have the Most High's protection. You don't even have his protection against these beasts, man, these animals, these terrorists and these murderers. We mourning, brothers. You understand? And our gates language, meaning our leadership. Our leadership don't protect us from these guys. They don't protect us from these guys. Listen, even the black police can't stop these animals, man. They didn't join their organization, maybe thinking they could make a difference, but they get in there and realize, I can't even stop these people, man. Black cops, they just the back of the bus into the police department. They can't do nothing to stop these animals. Read.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black into the ground, telling you these Jews is being destroyed and sad with weak leadership. That's what the gates language means, weak leadership. They are black unto the ground. Qadar la arataza, it reads in the Torah. Dark skin like the earth's soil, different shades of brown. From a light sandy brown to a dark chocolate brown. Go ahead. You ready? Okay, let me read one more line. Read.
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
And everybody cried out for these cops to stop it, man. And they were traumatized afterward, man. After they killed him and after it was all over, those people are still suffering today, let alone his family. Let alone his family. This EMT worker is not even an Israelite. She's not even an Israelite, but she's trained to help people. And when she saw that the police wouldn't let her help, she was distraught, man. In the courtroom, she cried, remembering these devils, man, and what they did. Her people. Her people. You understand? The cry of Jerusalem has gone up, man. Mamas crying, brothers crying, people that witnessed it crying. The little girl cried. The little girl said, because George Floyd reminded me of my brother or my father or my uncle or my cousin. So that's why I felt bad when it happened. They wouldn't get off his neck. They wouldn't get off his neck. She saw it, man. Out of the mouth of babes, she was a witness to his murder, man. Everybody who saw it saw murder. You got, go ahead, you got it. It's not responding.
Been able to hear me throughout the event.
We know you were probably answer this way. How did Officer Todd respond?
He said something along the lines of, if you really are a Minneapolis firefighter, you would know better than to get involved.
Listen to that. Pause that. Can you pause it? This gook, excuse my French, I can't call him gook in America. This Asian police told the woman who was an EMT worker, she said, if you really were a firefighter, because she was trained on being an EMT, working with the fire department and all of that, rescue. And, she told him that. He said, how do I know? She said, this guy said, if you really were a firefighter, you'd know not to get involved, meaning this. When you see us doing this, when you see this going on, you're supposed to be smart enough to know to let us do this. We do what we want. We handle our business. And if we choking this guy out, we just choking him out. You back the hell up. Don't even offer your assistance. Back the hell up. That's what he's telling me. She offered her assistance. Let me try to resuscitate him. Let me try to revive him. He's not even responding, and he's still on his neck. Let me help. I work with the fire department. I'm an EMT. This Asian cop who trying to be like the white man, trying to be like our oppressor, they're going to pay also. They're going to pay too. Scriptures say it's a fire prepared for the devil and his angels, man. His angels are his servants. The Chinese, the Japanese, any other nation that works and get rich with him and help oppress us, they all going to pay, man. They all going to pay. Finish playing? It has trouble starting.
Kind of started and you stopped and
Going to believe me and not let me help.
And she wanted to help.
That's not right. I mean, that's exactly what I should have done.
And she should have helped them. They should have let her help if they wasn't going to help. But again, these are monsters, man. Animals.
That's exactly what I should have done.
So based on your training experience, what you've seen, what did you want to do with this person on the ground?
And listen to the stupid ass questions.
Me into the scene, I already had decided what his level of consciousness was, so I would have requested additional help. I would have wanted someone to call 911 for the paramedics and fire to come. I would have asked someone to run to the gas station and look for an AED. And I would have checked his airway. I would have been worried about a spinal cord injury because he had so much weight on his neck. I would have opened his airway to check if there were any obstructions. And I would have checked for a pulse. And when I didn't find a pulse, if that was the case, I would have started compressions. And I didn't have my bed bag, so I would have continued compressions. We don't give mouth to mouth anymore. So I would have continued.
She's stating all the things that should have been done for anybody that's unresponsive. But once again, the police are the ones who caused him to be unresponsive. So their goal is not to help this man. Their goal is to punish him for not wanting to get in that car. And unfortunately, they have the right and the license to murder us because we don't want to get in the police car. You ain't gonna stop that. Oh, huh? Yeah, you keep it.
And were you able to do that, any of those steps?
No, sir.
Why weren't you able to do any of that?
Because the officers didn't, to the scene, I also offered, in my memory, I offered to walk them through it or told them, if he doesn't have a pulse, you need to start compressions, and that wasn't done either.
And so are these things that you wanted to do?
It's what I would have done for anybody.
And when you couldn't do that, how did that make you feel?
Totally distressed.
Were you frustrated?
Yes.
Like when your job is to help people, some people truly, want to help people. That's their job. That's what they learn to do. You understand? And then you run into animals, man, that are not in the business of helping people. They're in the business of hurting these people, certain people, black and brown people.
Okay.
How long is it? It shouldn't be but a few minutes.
While you were there,
2 more minutes.
were there other people around you on the site?
Yes.
And were they
Skip me to the next person. I think
saying things to the officers as well?
Yes.
Will it mess it up? I just let it play.
That was her testimony, sir.
Right. I think you're gonna have somebody else on there too.
was told today through the lens of eyewitnesses.
I had already assessed that he had an altered level of consciousness. What I needed to know is whether or not he had a pulse anymore.
Genevieve Hansen is an EMT and was off duty on a walk when she ended up feet from George Floyd as he was pinned under the knee of Derek Chauvin, wanting to help at the very least chest compressions.
And when you couldn't do that, how did you feel?
You hold for me Isaiah 49 and 14.
Okay.
Then we're going to the Apocrypha. Some technical difficulties.
Come on.
You start reading, like Bob.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 14. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me.
Yeah, about 116, 108. Even before that. But this is the one firefighter, 9-year-old teen, gives powerful testimony.
Come on.
When I go to it and push it. I think her testimony stopped about 57 seconds in. Then the brother should come on. Read that again,
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me.
That's what you would think. A lot of people think the Lord is not helping them. You understand, Lord? The Lord done had mercy on our people for a long time, in and out of the school, man. And the ISUPK, we know his protection. You understand? We know how he protects us, when we obey him. But our people in the world, we try to warn them and show them, man, you can get that same protection. You just got to come back home. You got to obey these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You understand? And I hear a lot of black people over the years, especially looking at Christians, the way Christians lie about the Bible and how Christians talk about such righteousness, but then do the total opposite. They're like, ain't no God, man. Or if there is a God, he ain't doing nothing to help us. Read.
Verse 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child?
But the God of Israel said, can a woman forget her suckling child? Read.
That she should not have compassion on the son of her womb.
Most women, they won't forget the child that come out of their body. They love that child, take care of that child. Read.
Yea, they may forget.
And even if they corrupt and crazy and able to forget about their children, read.
Yet will I not forget thee.
The Lord don't forget his people, man. He don't forget his children. He see what happened to George Floyd. He see what happened to all our brothers from George Stinney to Emmett Till, all the way up to Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, all these brothers and sisters, man. The Lord sees it, and he ain't gonna forget not one of them. Not one of them. We up, you there? Okay, it's jammed up. No sweat, no sweat. So the video we was trying to play is the brother. He gonna get on there and talk about, how he tried to stop the cops, man. He tried to tell them to get off his neck. He ain't breathing, man. He left off his neck. While he's struggling, saying, I can't breathe. He in anguish. He said, listen, tell my kids I love them. He said, tell my kids I love them. Mom, his mom just died recently, he said. And he hollering out for it because he feel like he about to go see it. And he was right. He felt himself slipping away, man. He said, tell my kids I love them. Mama, please, I can't breathe. All right, I'll get in the car. Just let me up. Then he started like he getting tired. He's struggling to breathe. It wears you out. Now your body getting weak and you passing out now because you can hardly breathe. You understand? Until he's silent. And even when he's silent, they telling him, get off of him. He's not responding. Check his pulse. You understand? Trying to get them to get off him, but this devil will not get off of him, man. He had to finish the job. He was full of demons, man. We was looking a demon. When you see that video, you looking a demon in the face, man. You looking a demon right in the face. That's why the brother said his hands were in his pocket. He was relaxed. He was relaxed to where the devil lawyer said, well, no. Who said that? The girl. The girl was like his hands were in his pocket. He was totally comfortable choking this man while he was on his spouse. And he was totally comfortable. And the lawyer said, well, how do you know he was comfortable? He said his hands was in his pocket. He was totally relaxed. And you know the devil said, well, if his hands weren't in his pocket, let's say they were hanging to the side. Would it make a difference? She said, no, I guess not. Meaning he's the devil no matter what. And he's just ridiculing him, man. Like trying to make it small that his hand was in his pocket. That wasn't small. He was totally comfortable and relaxed so much that he put his hands in his pocket. Meaning he knew there was no danger. You understand? If his hands was to his side, at least he's ready for some attack, some danger. But his hands in his pocket showing there was no danger. They were not in trouble. This man is handcuffed him down, and he still would not get off his neck. He still would not get off his neck, man. Read 49 and 15. Okay, we did that they may not forget thee. Go to Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter, man. These things happen because these people look at us and they don't have no love when they look at us. You understand? Listen, they are even offended when they see us, man. And this goes all the way to the book of Genesis, man. It said the two babies eat Come on. And let us enjoy the good things. Go ahead.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
He said, let us enjoy the good things that's in present. Let's take what we have now and let's enjoy the hell out of them. Let us enjoy the hell out of them, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Children, they play with everything. They destroy things because they're young and don't know how to deal with it. And if you leave them to it, they'll destroy a lot of things. You got to teach them how to play with it. But in the spirit, our oppressor says, let us speedily deal with the creatures as in our youth, meaning everything that God created, including people. People, the trees, the water, the soil, everything, man. Everything. Let us deal with it like we in our youth, like we young kids, just having a ball, wrecking everything, just going crazy. Read.
Verse 7. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine.
Let us drink good, man. We only here once. We only get one life. Let's drink wine. Go ahead.
And ointment.
And ointments. Go ahead.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us. Springtime, all the flowers come out. It's all ours. It's all ours. Let's not cheat ourselves. Let's do everything we can. Let's go crazy. Remember Prince's song? Let's go crazy. Let's get down. You know what I'm saying? That's our oppressor, man. That's our oppressor. He want to go crazy in this life because he believes he only got one life. And when you're gone, you're gone. No spirit, no more body, no nothing. So he going to enjoy everything that God created. He going to enjoy all the creatures. What did it say? The creatures? Where we at?
Verse 8, sir.
Read that again about the creatures. Read the creatures in 7.
Kawakam.
Is it 7?
It's in 6, sir.
Good. Read that again.
Kawakam. This is the book of wisdom of Solomon.
The end. Just read the end. And let us speedily.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
So he going to use the creatures. Everything that's created, he going to use it and use it until you can't use it no more. Go to 8.
Verse 8. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered.
Let us have the best of things, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. The voluptuousness is wonderful, good-looking things. It's voluptuous. You understand? He's saying, in other words, let's not be denied all these good, voluptuous things, all these wonderful things. Let none of us go without it, without his part. We the Edomites, hell, we the white race, we the supreme race. Let us not go without all the wonderful things in this place. Read. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
And the people that come after us, let them know that we was here, because we ain't coming back. So we're gonna use it, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna leave monuments, and we're gonna leave our history so that they know we've been here before. Go ahead.
For this is our portion.
This is our portion. This is our kingdom, man. Satan gave this to us. Remember, he said, I'll give this to thee, because it was given to me. He said, this is our portion. Read.
And our lot is this.
And our lot is this. This is what we inherited. We got it. Read.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
Let us do what?
Oppress the poor righteous man.
And on purpose, they say, listen, man, this is our time. This is ours. We're gonna deal. We're going to live good. Don't deny ourselves. And we're going to impress the poor righteous man, meaning black and brown people that the Lord created to be righteous. Go ahead.
Let us not spare the widow.
Let us not spare the widow. We don't give a damn. We only here once. We're going to enjoy this like the hell with the widow. Read.
Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Or we don't care about old people either. You already read the curses in Deuteronomy. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice.
Let our strength be the law of justice. What justice? Their justice for their people, man. That's the justice. Let our strength, because of their might and their military, and the Lord did give them a blessing. He gave Jacob one blessing and gave them the blessing of the sword, man. The blessing of the sword and the ability to kill, the perfect killer. You understand? He said, let us oppress the poor righteous man, and let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age, and let our strength be the law of justice. Go ahead. You want justice? We stronger than you. That's justice. Sit down, nigga. Sit down, stick. And he murders throughout the earth, man. That's the law. The law of justice to him is how strong he is. Go ahead.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Listen to that. They detest if you're weak, man. They detest the weak and the feeble. He said that which is feeble or weak is nothing worth. Ain't worth a damn thing, man. That's why that one little agent cop felt so strong while George Floyd is being murdered. You got a crowd of people that could attack these police. They could attack them. But this badge and this gun makes me Superman. I'm in America. I'm Superman. And these people are weak and they better step the hell back. Because if I push a button, I'll have the whole precinct out here. That's how they look at us. Read.
Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous.
Let us lie in wait for black and brown people. Go ahead.
Because he is not for our turn.
Because he is not for our turn, man. Go ahead.
And he is clean contrary to our doing.
Like the things we do compared to that, these people are all clean, man. Once again, George Floyd is a saint compared to the crimes that police do and the crimes that our oppressor do. A counterfeit 20. Give me a break. That's nothing compared to the crimes of the police departments, man. Compared to the crimes of white people. That's nothing. And they know it. He said that they say, but because he is not for our turn and he is clean contrary to our doings, because they know they wicked as hell and everything they do is against God. Go ahead.
He upbraided us with our offending the law.
He upbraided us with our offending the law. You understand? That's the black and brown people that's in the ISUPK. We upbraid the hell out of these devils. They hear us talking and they get pissed off, and you know their answer? Well, get out of America then. Go back to Africa. That's their answer. That's their answer. You understand? Instead of like Cain and Abel. You understand? Instead of Cain getting right, when Abel shined a light on his wrong, instead of doing right, he wanted to get rid of Abel. And these white people have the spirit of Cain in them, man. Our oppressor has the spirit of Cain in them. And instead of doing right, they just say, let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. Go ahead.
And objective to our infamy.
Infamy.
The transgressions of our education.
And objective to our infamy. Infamy is like evil, man. It's like evil. Infamy. You famous for doing evil. And we object to their infamy and transgressions of our education, meaning their education system, what they learn, the things they learn on how to be in America is totally against God. And we object to it. You understand? Read.
Verse 13. He professeth to have the knowledge of God.
Come, because we do. Go ahead.
And he calleth himself.
And once again, he talking about all black and brown people. Before he was talking about the black and brown people that don't serve the Lord. And now he's talking about the black and brown people that does serve the Lord. Go ahead.
And he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
He professes to have the knowledge of God and calleth himself the child of the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts.
And any soldier that come in the ISUPK and become a priest, we are raised in this school to reprove the thoughts of the wicked, man. Go ahead.
Verse 15. He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
Check this out. Read that again.
He is grievous unto us.
Like it angers them. It's grievous to them. Read.
Even to behold.
Just to look at us, man. Just to look at us. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. Just to look at them. Them black people on the street corner saying what they saying, man. We look at black people and they can't stand. They hate us just to look at us, man. That's why they can be kind to their own when they resist arrest or when they fight the cop or try to take the cop's gun. They can still be kind to them after they've done a ton of murders. They can be kind to them. But to us, they look at us and try to find a way to give us hell or murder us or be a terror to us. He is grievous unto us even to look at him. Go ahead.
For his life is not like other men.
For his life ain't like everybody else's life. Go ahead.
His ways are of another fashion.
Our ways are of another fashion, man. And that's a beautiful thing in the ISUPK. Our life and our ways ain't like nobody else's, man. This whole damn world, this whole society is corrupt under our oppressor, but not us. But not us. Go ahead. And we're going to get into some of that after this story, man. We're going to get into how some of these Christian Israelites are corrupt as hell and follow the spirit of the same beast that we're talking about right now. It said, we are of another fashion. His life is not like other man, and his ways are of another fashion. That's why in the ISUPK, we say we are not affiliated with no other Christian, no other Israelite group, man, because their ways aren't like our ways. Our ways of the Lord. Our ways are directly patterned after the spirit of Yahweh Christ. You understand? Which makes us of a whole nother fashion from these other Christian Israelites, the Christians, the Muslims, and everybody else in this sinful kingdom called America. Read.
Verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
And we look at them as fakes, man. We look at the so-called white man, our oppressor, they're a bunch of fakes. Fake Jews, fake this, fake that. You understand? The Dark Ages was about us ruling, our people ruling, man. But let them tell a story. They whitewash everything. They whitewash everything. Read that line again.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
That's what white people say. In their heart of hearts, they say they look at us as counterfeit, as fakes. Go ahead.
He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness.
Damn right. The scriptures say we better abstain from their ways. Scriptures say, learn not the way of the heathen. You understand? Choose none of his ways. That's what the scriptures say. So, therefore, it says what? He esteemeth from our ways as from filthiness, because we know our oppressor's a filthy animal, a filthy murderer, and a terrorist, man. And his court systems are unjust. The judges are unjust. The lawyers, the police, the DA, all of them are unjust, man. And we look at them like they're something disgusting and unclean. We abstaineth from their ways as from filthiness. Go ahead.
He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed. And maketh his boast that God is his Father.
We always announce that the end of the just, the end of this war we fighting against evil in this kingdom is going to be a wonderful, blessed thing, man. We pronounce, it says that this is what they say. That we in the ISUPK, black and brown people, we pronounce the end of the just to be blessed and maketh his boast that God is his Father, because he is our Father, man. He is our Father. He said, Israel is my son, and that makes white people mad. Read.
Verse 17. Let us see if his words be true.
And here they go now. So now, if they believe they're the child of God, we're going to enjoy this life no matter what. Because we have the power and we have the authority and we ain't coming back. So now, let us test this thing. Let us test their words. Let's see if his words be true. Go ahead.
And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
And let's see. We're going to oppress them. We're going to murder them. We're going to do everything horrible to them. And let's see what happens in the end. Go ahead.
Verse 18. For if the just man be the son of God, he will help him.
For if he's just and he's the son of God, he's going to help him. If these black and brown people are the children of God, God will surely help them. Read.
And deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
And deliver him from the hand of his enemy. And guess what? If you serve the Lord, if you come back home, if you come to the ISUPK, you will experience that help. You will experience the defense of the Most High. But if you're black and brown, you are supposed to be the righteous. You are supposed to be serving God and returning to God. But if you're not, then you fall under the curses, man, written in the book, man. You fall under the curses of the prophets, man. And there's no help for you. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
Look at that. They torture us on purpose, man. They're despiteful to us on purpose. On purpose. Because they want to see how much of the child of God we are. Go ahead.
That we may know his meekness.
So we may know his meekness. Let's see how meek he is. Let's see how righteous he is when we oppress him and act despiteful toward him. Go ahead.
And prove his patience.
Let's see how patient he is. Let's see if they'll crack. Let's see. Let's see if them ISUPK so-called soldiers, let's see if they're going to lose their mind while we murder their people, man, and sin against God and go against God. Read.
Verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death.
Let's condemn him with a shameful death. You see that? They murder us in shameful ways, man. Shameful way. That was shameful the way George Floyd died, man. With a knee on his neck before the world. And he might beat the case. The cop might even beat the case, man. Why? Because this kingdom is set up. It's set up for their defense and for our fall. They could murder you before the world and still not go to prison. Meanwhile, we could do the smallest of things and spend our life in their prisons, man. Spend our life in their prisons. We end up dead over a counterfeit $20 bill, if that's even true. Read.
For by his own saying he shall be respected.
What verse?
Kaukana.
I see it. 20. Read again.
Kaukana. For by his own saying he shall be respected.
Come. He said, let us condemn him with a shameful death. For by their own saying, they say God is with him. For by his own saying, he shall be respected. They say the Lord going to look out for him. That's what they say. That's what they say out of that Bible they read. Go ahead. And it's true. Read.
Verse 21. Such things they did imagine.
And this is Solomon coming back saying all these things, this is in the heart of our oppressor. This is what they imagined. Read.
And were deceived.
And were deceived, man. They're gonna be deceived in the end, because boy, they're gonna see the blessing and the glory of the people that they've been hating all this time. Read.
For their own wickedness hath blinded them.
Because they so evil and so wicked, that a part of them forget that this is the children of God that they're doing this to. They say it out their own mouth. They say they're the children of God. Well, let's test it. But they forget that, the Father loves his children. And when you hurt his children, he gonna put something on you, man. They know the wrath of the Lord. They don't understand that right now, but they will. They don't understand the wrath of the Lord is going to come blazing upon them for hurting his children. Go ahead.
Verse 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not.
And they don't even understand the mysteries of God. They don't even understand the crimes that they've been committing and how serious it is when they do the things they do to us. Go ahead.
Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness.
Can I read that again?
Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness.
And they don't even want blessings, man. The wages of righteousness is blessings, man, from the Lord. They don't even want that. They don't even hope for that. They don't even want it. Go ahead.
Nor discern a reward for blameless souls.
And they don't even understand how it's a reward for being blameless before the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 23.
But once again, that's not their job. It's our job. We got that. We going to show how it is to be blameless. We're going to show the world the rewards for being down with the Most High. Go ahead.
For God created man to be immortal.
Damn right. There's reincarnation. You understand? When we sit on them thrones, we're going to keep them thrones. There's going to come a day we're going to sleep with the fathers, but we're going to come back into the earth and sit on that same throne, man. We are going to be immortal. Go ahead.
And made him to be an image of his own eternity.
Damn right. Go ahead.
Verse 24. Nevertheless.
But even though all that, go ahead.
Through envy of the devil came death into the world.
The devil, our oppressor, this deceiver, he brought death into the world, man. He brought death into the world way back in the garden. Way back in the garden. Read.
And they that do hold of his side do find it.
And if you hold to this oppressor's side, man, if you stand with America, if you stand with their customs, you're going to find some death. You're going to find some death. And it's going to hurt us because we in the truth. We serving the Lord. We getting protected, but we look out and we see. And we go out and we warn you, man. We warn you to get the protection of the Most High. And a lot of you still don't listen, man. And we see the horrible things that our oppressor do to you, man. And it hurts us because you're still our brothers and sisters, man. It hurts us because we know that you're just ignorant, man. And we know that you're lost. You understand? And we just pray and hope that you get it together, man. Because once again, we can't fight against God. All we can do is beg our Father, like Moses did, to spare you and have compassion on you. Can we get that Sakari thing? Get that? That's all we can do, man, is pray. Is pray and hope the Lord have mercy on you, man. Like, we don't want the 2/3 to be cut off and die. The Lord says it's going to happen, but we pray that the Lord have mercy on the 2/3. You understand? I hear some of you Christians talking, and I'm talking about the Christians that say Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, you Christian Israelites. I hear a lot of you brag about the 2/3. The Lord going to kill you, man. You think it's the 2/3. How you know who the 2/3 is? You understand? You ain't supposed to curse Israel or pray for the destruction of your own people, man.
Right.
You ain't supposed to do that like the old purple homos do. They pray that they get black and brown people get arrested. You understand? They say they're gonna turn them in themselves for the reward, man. You understand? They psyops. Listen. I know Muhammad. General Muhammad. He don't like a lot of conspiracy talk, right? But listen. The CIA create programs, all type of programs called psyops in this government, COINTELPRO, where they send black people to join black organizations just to spy on them and to try to corrupt them. And I believe Sakari, IUIC, a lot of these old Christian Israelites was started by COINTELPRO, started by the government, the CIA, man, just to throw a lot of people off, man. Because IUIC, they've been proven and brought out that they're doing a lot of COINTELPRO things. You understand? They do a lot of CIA-type devious things against the other camps we heard. Again, trying to stop our Passover. I couldn't believe it. They call and try to stop our Passover. Why? Because they get their orders from this beast, man. That's why. They're a bunch of crooked cops, man, working for the goddamn CIA. And Sakari and them fell. You forget about that. They just plain old Christian. You understand? You got to get that? Is it ready? When you try to play it, let me know when it starts playing.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good. Can I hear it?
The video's playing, sir.
So they see it, but not hearing it, not hearing it?
They can see it.
We got to improve this somehow. They can hear it? You can hear it. So this is Sakari's Passover. They call it the Passover. Actually, it was a stripper party. It's a stripper party. They got ass out, whores in there. Listen what they ask these whores. They're enjoying themselves at the stripper party. You pass the part when they ask, "Are you single?" No, so that's it. That's it on the cap. So listen, Sakari is a Christian Israelite group, right? They had a whole stripper party, strippers, ass out, and everything, right? And they had the nerve to call it the Lord's Passover, right? And on one part of the video, they asking these whores, "Are you single? Are you single?" like they talking to a whole whore, right? Who makes money. Her job is to be a whore, ass out, and lap her naked ass on our brothers, right? Sometimes sisters too. You understand? And they walking around like they is the Lord's Passover righteous and give a damn about a brother. They said, "Are you married, sis?" Why? Because if this whore got a husband, I can't deal with it. If this whore got a husband, I can't deal with it. But if this whore is single, I might smash tonight. Because you know they was trying to have some sex with these whores, man. That's why they ask, "Are they single?" Listen, they trying to act like they righteous, but they ain't no different from the church, man. The church got the Bible. The church talk about Jesus. The church talk about God. And the church do a whole lot of after-hour homosexual nastiness and child molestation up in the church. Transgender orgies and all that going up in the Christian church. And these cats ain't no different. I believe, who's their head? Is that the Gorilla Hebrew cat? He's the head. And I question him being an Israelite. Go ahead, Dad.
If I could, sir, I was watching his response earlier, sir, and he had the nerve to say that everybody is saying they're strippers is bearing false witness because they're bottle girls. Now, I know for a fact, my father was around. He called them working girls during his time. So, working girls, strippers, bottle girls.
What the fuck is a bottle girl? Gorilla Hebrew? Bottle girl sound to me it's the same thing as stripper. She stripped for money and liquor and bottles. You know what I'm saying? Bottle girl, man. Stupid as hell, man. That's why the Israelite School of UPK, we are not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. Give me Hebrews 10 and 26. And these same Negroes talk about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatah. Hey, the Lord Most High, Yahweh Shah. Just because you find out the Lord's name, don't make you an Israelite, man. The bottle girls, yeah, a.k.a. stripper, a.k.a. whore, a.k.a. prostitute for money. You understand? That's what they are. And y'all want to know, are they single? The Lord going to give y'all the clap that you can't get rid of. The new age clap, gonorrhea, AIDS, or something, man. That's why we can't be affiliated with you. That's why we don't go to no unity meetings with these Christian Israelites, man. Right. Why? Because the Lord will start a plague in our school, man. And we can't be affiliated with them. We're going to be right before the eyes of the Lord, man. How these niggas create a whole stripper party, a whole bottle girl party. My fault, bottle girl. You ask any Negro or sister in the world, what's a bottle girl? They'll tell you. So many names for whores is incredible, man. Tricky, what? Some cat, it was a funny name. Some cat used to call her, man. I know Tricks is one, oh man, Tricky or Icky, some type of girl, man. Same thing, man. Bottle girl. They not prostitutes. Y'all bearing false witness. How dare, what the hell you care? We care if we bearing false witness. When you niggas is dealing with full whole bottle girls. You know what I'm saying? You in there with whole ass out bottle girls. That's a stripper, bro. If you ain't know. That's a prostitute. If you ain't know, that's a whore. Your bottle girl's got her ass out. And she willing to shake that raw naked ass on every brother in there. You know what I'm saying? For some money. I think they also call that a prostitute and a whore, brother. You understand? They fake it. Being Israelite, excuse me. They faking the game, man. Scripture say they are not all Israel who are of Israel, man. Just because you say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, don't make you an Israelite, man. Read Hebrews 10 and 26.
Oh God. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
And they hear us teach. They listen to our classes. Sakari know what the Bible is saying, but they can't stop their lust. That's the whole thing. And that, I think you're Arab, Gorilla Hebrew. I ain't sure. You know what I'm saying? But he looks to me like an East Indian, an Arab, or one of them type of people. I ain't sure. A child of Ishmael. Go ahead. He Levi. Okay. We got proof on that?
He showed his father.
No sweat. All right. He proved that he Levi. Well, you out of order, Levi. You're supposed to be of the law. But once again, this government got a lot of people trying to infiltrate the Israelites. Listen, I wouldn't put it past if they got sent a couple agents up in our school to be agents and whatnot. That's why I love the fact that Commander General Yohana, he will not stand for no nonsense, man. He do not promote any criminality in this school. Right. So you could be the whole Fed sitting up in our school. You understand? You ain't going to hear about no drug dealing and no pimping or what they call trafficking nowadays. You ain't going to hear about nothing illegal in our school because we don't do nothing illegal. We understand and see, according to the Bible, you can obey the laws of this land and obey the laws of the Most High. Right. The laws of this land do not force you to break the law of God. You understand? And you can do both. And the scriptures tell you to do both, man. Scripture says, as much as possible, be at peace with all men. You understand? And we patient with our oppressor. Even though we see all the evil that our oppressors do, we don't compromise. Just because they do evil and the world is having fun and going to stripper parties and doing all type of things and being friends with the police, just because you see all this in the world, you ain't supposed to compromise and become that. Read. For if we sin willfully,
oh God, for if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth,
go ahead,
there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
So it's a sin to have your bottle girls up amongst your congregation and your brothers, man, and call yourself priests of God, Shikari. It's a sin to have your bottle girls ass out in front of the damn brothers and sisters, man. It's ridiculous. How do you have bottle girls, aka strippers and whores, because they obviously don't believe they're the same thing, but they are. What's the proof? Their ass is out. I mean, that's kind of a tell. Right. When the whole ass cheek is out. That's kind of a tell that your ass out bottle girl can be called a whore and a stripper also. You understand? It's a sin and an abomination to have them amongst the congregation. Yet you probably go tell your wives and all that, baby, you got to wear modest apparel. Go ahead.
Good, sir. They go camp right outside strip clubs all the time.
Brother said they hold their camp right outside of strip clubs, man. They can't contain their lust, man.
Right.
They can't contain it. Go ahead, Ibad.
Verse 27. But a certain fearful looking for of judgment.
But a certain fear. There's no more sacrifice for you. There's no more mercy because you knew better. You knew better and you still go against the Lord. Now there's a certain what?
Fearful looking for.
Now there's a certain fearful looking for. Go ahead.
Of judgment.
Of judgment, man. Of judgment, man. Y'all better pray. Y'all better pray the Most High have mercy when he brings judgment on you, brothers. Because you're out of order for that. And then you call it the Lord's Passover, man. Whew, read.
And fiery indignation.
And fiery indignation, go ahead.
Which shall devour the adversary.
Which shall devour the adversary. Wait, give me the part where it talks about Christ and trample his blood underfoot.
Verse 29. Of how much sorer punishment.
Read 28.
Oh, sorry.
No sweat.
Verse 28. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses.
When you disrespect the laws of the Most High through Moses, you was put to death, man, under 2 or 3 witnesses. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Of how much sorer punishment.
Now, how much sorer? How much worse? How much worse is it going to be? Go ahead.
Suppose ye shall he be thought worthy who had trodden underfoot the Son of God.
Meaning, how much worse is it going to be for you when you have trodden underfoot the Son of the Most High? Yahushua, go ahead.
And have counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing.
And that's what you do. You count his blood unholy, man, by saying this is the Lord's Passover with whole ass out bottle girls inside, man. The Passover, Christ is our Passover, man. He is the lamb that we sacrifice to now. He is the one that by sacrifice, I mean, walk the way he walked, walk in his spirit. He is the Passover. And you bring full out whores and whole prostitutes or bottle girls up in the damn, what you call a Passover. You an abomination before the Lord, man. You an abomination. 2 Corinthians 4:1. 2 Corinthians 4:1. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And they put the video out, right? It's theirs, right? Put the video out. They had nerve to put it out like they, I guess they really think they're doing something wonderful and righteous, huh? What else did he say? Any other comments? We blaspheming, calling them strippers and whores. What else did he say?
He was saying, that everybody that's quick to call them, to say that those girls were, strippers. We don't know what we're talking about. We bear false witness. They're really bottle girls.
How did they justify it, though? I know bottle girl. I hope they don't think that's a justification. They try to justify it?
Because there was just a video of them talking about it.
No sweat. No sweat. I love to see how he convinced the rest of the brothers and sisters that this was a good thing to do. It was not a good idea, Chicago, to invite strippers to be part of your so-called Passover. That was not the Passover. That was Satan's satanic party. That's what it was. It was a satanic blood drinking. I might as well have drank some blood up in there. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle everybody with blood and lick off each other. Because that's the spirit that was in there. It was like watching the Ghoulies. It's like watching Gremlins. You understand? It was so evil and so against God and our King Yahweh. Read.
Okay. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy,
right,
we faint not.
Damn right. Go ahead.
Verse 2, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
Damn right. Like you supposed to get rid of, you come into the truth, come into the ISUPK, you're going to get rid of being that dishonest Negro full of lust that you was before you came into the school. Go ahead.
Not walking in crafty,
being sneaky and lying and deceitful, man. You get rid of all those things you used to be. Go ahead.
Nor handling the word of God deceitfully.
Nor handling the word of God deceitfully, man. How dare you have a whole stripper ass out party and call it the Lord's Passover, man. You handle the word of God deceitfully, man. But we already knew y'all was deceitful, man. That's why we say, once again, we are not affiliated with none of you Israelites, man. Because you go to hell off, man. You off. And the only body, the only home of the truth is the ISUPK. Y'all wrong for doing what you did. Read.
But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves.
Like we manifest the truth and what's the right things to do. Thank the Lord to Commander General Yohana for serving the Most High in Christ and being in that spirit, man, and teaching us the right things to do. Because we are the manifestation of truth. Doing what after truth?
Commending ourselves every man's conscience.
Go ahead.
In the sight of God.
And we commend ourselves before men. We commend ourselves because men see that we are doing the right thing. All of y'all see it. All of y'all see it, man. You just so full of pride in your lust. You think that you can do it too. You think that you can do it too. But there's only one body in Christ, man.
Right.
You can't have 2 different bodies or 3 different bodies. There's only one body. You think you can do the same thing Commander General Yohana do, but you are not him. You are not him. He is wise and full of the Spirit of the Lord, and you are a dumb, ignorant Negro who don't know a goddamn thing. Sinful and evil, and you have the mark of the beast. You partakers of this beast empire, man. Strippers and bottle girls. And call it the damn Passover, man. You're totally out of order. Read.
Verse 3. But if our gospel be hid.
And if y'all don't hear us, because we've been teaching this for a long time. A lot of you break off Christian Israelite groups. Your leaders and whoever started you broke off from the ISUPK because they were full of pride and greedy. You understand? And thought they could do it on their own. They left out. And so y'all getting a piece of our doctrine. We know y'all listening to our classes all the goddamn time, listening to our camps. You understand? So if our gospel is hid from you, if the gospel of the Bible, if you don't understand it, we teaching it to you. If you don't understand it, read.
It is hid to them that are lost.
Then you just lost. Sakari, you're lost. You're lost. IUIC, you're lost, man. You're lost. Give me let me see. So that's the scripture say we set for the defense of the gospel, and that's what we do, man. That's what we do. And once again, I keep mentioning that IUIC because they're an abomination too, man.
Right.
A bunch of federal agents then set up an Israelite school talking about shalom, learn a little Hebrew, and it got brothers and sisters following them, man. Got a sister killed, got one brother lusting after transgenders, sending around penis pictures. We done heard all your nastiness, man. Sending penis pictures to each other. Like, see, this the brother penis. You know, we got to deal with him. And once again, like the general say, that old nasty Nate, that old purple homo Nate is in fact a homo. He done been with a man. You understand? You can't tell, then you pray to the Lord, open your spirit up. You understand? And the things they do, man, they set up fake accounts, man, and then came out. They didn't admit it, man. One of their members quit and said, I can't do this no more, man. They got us setting up fake accounts and attacking other camps and lying on them and doing false things to them, man. That ain't how you spread the gospel.
Right.
The disciples came up to Christ and said, we saw ones teaching in your name, and we stopped. We told them, y'all better stop. Christ said, leave them alone, man. As long as they ain't stopping this work, then they for us. That's what Christ said. But they supposed to do that. It's supposed to be evil men out there faking everybody, got people going off. That's supposed to happen. But as long as they ain't stopping this, it's fine. Go ahead, you guys.
Well, say, sir, what you put out so heavy. Ephraimite brother that put out that video, he put out another video today telling other brothers and sisters that's in the IUIC what to do if, when they try to get out, and break it down how they gonna come for you. But how you might turn on this.
Come. Listen, send me that link. Listen, there's a video I saw that I've been looking for 2 days, you guys, about one of them IUIC answered him, called him a Chinaman, said he's just a Chinaman and he this and that. So what? If you want to make up again, we ain't telling nobody to do things. But if somebody want to make up accounts and attack our enemies, so be it, man. The hell with them niggas. I saw some of that video, but cannot find it anymore. If anybody run across that video where they called this, he's an Ephraimite, right? They called him and said he's a Moabite. They tried to insult him, say he's a Moabite, and said that he's lying, and said if anybody want to create fake accounts and attack our enemies, so be it. To hell with them niggas. That's what they said. I've been looking for that video. They might have taken it down because I tracked all my history and cannot find it. You understand? But if anybody finds it, send it to me, please. So why? So, and once again, IUIC is a horrible, horrible CIA sent, federal agent sent Israelite group to take a lot of our brothers and sisters off in these last days, man. So that's it with that. I'm gonna go into what that time. Let's get that first question whenever you can, you die.
God. We've always cried to God for justice. We still do. When will God hear us?
We've always cried to the Most High for justice, and we still do. When will He hear us? That's a question a lot of people ask, man. You understand? Like we just read Jeremiah 14:2. It said the cry of Jerusalem has gone up, man. Some people that witnessed the murder of George Floyd, that little girl was traumatized, man. She was traumatized. They said, well, you look sad. Were you sad? She said, yes, I was sad. He said, why were you sad? He said, because he wouldn't get off his neck. Imagine a child, man, 8-year-old, seeing our oppressor, seeing this white man with his knee choking the hell out of a man that looks like her father, a man that looks like her brothers, a man that looks like the people she grew up around. You understand? It's like your family being murdered right in front of your face, and you are powerless and helpless, man. And the only reason why we're powerless is because we don't serve the Most High.
Right.
The only reason why they're able to even get away with it, and we just so weak and can't do a thing to stop it, is because we do not serve the Most High, man. That's the only reason, man. The Lord said if we served Him and obeyed Him, He will be an enemy to our enemy and an adversary to our adversaries, man. If we serve the Most High and they tried to pull something like that, Darren Chauvin would have probably passed out of a heart attack. Something he ate earlier probably would have disagreed with him, and he'd have fell out dead. Fell out dead trying to harm a true priest of God. You understand? That's why we sound the alarm on these streets, man, and we hope all of you wake up, man. We hope all of you come back in it. So this person wants to know, since we cry for God so much and we still cry for Him, when will He hear us? Well, the answer is, brother or sister, that He hears you right now if you're obedient to Him.
Right.
He hears you right now if you're doing the things that He tell you to do. He hears you. You understand? He hears those who obeys His laws. 1 Peter, give me that first. 1 Peter 3:12. He hears those who obey Him, man, and who pleases Him. That's who He hears. He definitely hears the prayers of the ISUPK. Right. You understand? IUIC found that out. They tried to stop our whole Passover, but the Lord stepped in and exposed them. They creating groups. IUIC is creating sister groups with the name of ISUPK, trying to cause ISUPK sisters to join those secret groups and starting chaos in those groups, man. And these are whole brothers. These are whole brothers that wear purple. They do this, like COINTELPRO by America's federal government. This is the type of things they do. This is what they do. One brother got fed up, man. Ephraim, my brother, Yediah mentioned earlier, he got fed up, said, I can't do this no more, man. I need to repent. I'm going to repent for all that I've done, but I ain't going to do it no more. You understand? Them purple punks, they proud of it. So what we did? So what? You the damn crooked cops of the earth, man, of the Israelite world. You understand? Right. Read.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 12. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous.
Go ahead.
And his ears are open unto their prayer.
You hear what the Lord said? His eyes are over the righteous, man. And his ears are open unto their prayers. Righteous meaning I obey the laws of God. I follow this book. I follow Christ. I obey the laws of God, man. I'm in the ISUPK, home of the truth. I'm in there with the brothers, man, with the soldiers for Christ, standing in the spirit of the Most High in Christ. I'm in there. And so thus the Lord, his ears are open to their prayers, man. Go ahead.
But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
The face of the Lord is against them that do evil. Give me Proverbs 28:9. The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, man. And who is it that's going to harm you? Slaki. Read on. I think I went on. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
And who is he that will harm you if ye be followers of that which is good?
There you go. Like the police ain't going to murder you all willy-nilly like they do. Because we taught the right way. Number one, our king told us, agree with thine adversary quickly when thou art in the way. Right. We are under orders from Christ. And Commander General Yohanan enforces those orders. Don't be on these streets arguing with this beast, man.
Right.
Don't be out there arguing with him. Take your ticket. If they handcuff you, go on and get handcuffed. Get in that car that they tell you to get in. Let them take you on down to that precinct. And we have something called lawyers. That with enough money, the devil will fight for you with enough money. The devil will fight for us if you give him enough money, and he'll fight other devils, those crooked cops and everybody, man. That's where we fight. We use his system against us, man, but all that take a few dollars. But if you stand with the Lord, man, the Lord will make a way and we'll fight for you, man. And we'll fight for you. We wouldn't be fighting not to get in the car. Take the ticket. Stop arguing. Officer, I didn't know, officer. Please don't give me a ticket, officer. Oh, I already got this amount of points. Shut your mouth. Take the ticket, man.
Right.
Don't argue with them on these streets because these devils will murder you for no reason. Give them the tiniest reason, they'll blow you away, man. Choke you to death. You understand? Read.
Verse 14. And if ye suffer for righteousness' sake.
But now, if you in the truth, if you warn for the Lord, sometimes you'll suffer certain things for righteousness' sake. You can't suffer for no bottle girls, ass out bottle girls. You can't suffer over that. You can't suffer because you turning black and brown people into the police, like the purple homos. You can't suffer for that. But if you standing with the Lord and teaching and doing what you got to do, and the beasts come up and mad because we holding camp and want to lock one of us up because we teaching on them streets like we ordered to do, then that's suffering for righteousness' sake. And if you ever suffer for that, and if you suffer for righteousness' sake, read.
Happy are ye.
Be happy, man. Say Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah, because our king suffered for righteousness' sake too. Read.
And be not afraid of their terror. Neither be troubled.
And we ain't got to be afraid of that terror. We ain't got to be afraid of them murdering us in the jail cell or murdering us in some secret room once they take us in, because we're going to be totally compliant. Yes, sir. Yes, officer. Yes, officer. Some they ain't going to understand. They're going to be like, I thought this was a gremlin. He in here talking. He looks scary as hell with them boots and them braids. And that war scarf he got on, that headpiece, I don't know what that's about, but he's speaking to me with total professionality. You understand? Making me feel very at ease. You understand? And then when we get in court, we're going to pour it out on them devils, man, who have done us wrong. Go to Go to Proverbs 28:9 now.
Oh God.
But if you partying with ass out bottle girls, aka whores and prostitutes, if you smoking weed, committing adultery, eating pork, shrimp, lobster, if you celebrating our oppressor's holidays with him, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, New Year's Day, birthdays, you understand? If you disrespecting the men of God, the priests of God, and disrespecting us in the RSUPK, listen, your prayers will go unanswered. You understand? Your cries will go unheard. You will not be protected by the Most High if you're doing the things I just mentioned. Read.
This is the book of Proverbs, 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
Check out what God's saying, man. The book of Proverbs. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law. It's a sin, Shikari, to have whores asked out whores among the congregation and claim that it's a high holy day. How holy is it? How separate is it? When you got whores, just like our oppressor got whores in his party. You got whores in your party, just like Muslims got whores in their parties. How separate and holy is it? You ain't holy, man. That's not holy. Read it again. He did what?
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
Even your prayer is abomination, man. That's heavy. When you cry out and pray to God to help you, and he take your prayer like it's pork. He take your prayer like it's a full-out sodomite interaction. Like it's two men having sex. That's what your prayer is to God if you're not obeying the law, man. If you're Sakari. If you're IUIC. If you're a Christian Israelite. Some of you still getting white women. You say it's okay to have sex with white women. You just don't make it your wife. When that's what sex is. That's what sex is. But you forgot? You forgot? You understand? If you ain't obeying the laws of God, your prayer is a sin, in other words. Your prayer is a sin. Go to Exodus 23 and 22. No, matter of fact, skip that. I already read that earlier. That's where the Lord said, if you obey his laws and commandments, he will be an enemy unto your enemies and an adversary unto your adversary. You understand? And listen, when these people murder us, when these people do wrong to our people, the Lord still has mercy on our people that's in the world, man. He still has great mercy because when they murder us, the Lord, he murders them. He sent plagues on them. Listen, they just starting to loosen up from the Lord's plague called COVID, right? And already the mass shooting is starting. Already the Lord is letting loose his terrorists on them. It don't stop for them. God is always putting his hands on them. Why? Because they're always putting their hands on us. Right. You understand? The Lord sends punishments on this earth. You understand? It ain't nothing small. You just recently had a bunch of shootings, man. And they ain't even loosened all the way up from the pandemic. They just kind of loosening up and it's getting crazy. The Colorado shooting, you understand, in the grocery store, you had the cats shooting up all them heathens in the damn Atlanta spa. You understand? The Capitol riots are still a part of it. You understand? Where they assaulted the police that they claim they love. We believe blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. No, when it comes to your selfishness and your bloodlust, you'll kill blue lives too, man. It don't matter to you. You'll destroy blue lives too. Let's go to the next question.
God, sir. As a mother, what can we do to help make it a better America for our children?
As a mother wants to know how can they help make it a better America for our children. First of all, there's no making America better.
Right.
You cannot make America better. That's impossible. You understand? So what you want to do, you want to teach your child about America and how corrupt it is to protect them so they cannot go there. You understand? Let's go to Deuteronomy 4 and 5. You got to teach we in America. We in this hell called America, and you got to remember this is part of our punishment. And you got to teach your children that this is part of our punishment. The things we suffer. You got to raise them with the Bible. Raise them about what the Lord say about America, man. Teach them the knowledge of themselves. Teach them how great they are. Y'all heard that all our life. Knowledge of self, knowledge of self. Teach them that they are Israelites, man.
Right.
Show them the greatness of being an Israelite. Show them the glory that we're going to get soon if we come back to God, man, if we return to the God of Israel. Teach them the truth, in other words. Teach them the truth. Bring them to the ISUPK. Take them to our events. Let them be surrounded with us, man. And one day your child will see other kids celebrating birthdays and Christmas, and they'll say, whoa, I can't do that. They'll say it on their own if you teach it to them. My sons have never celebrated Christmas, man. Never. And they ain't never cried over it. Never cried. And if a show or cartoon come on with a Christmas theme, they'll say, oh, let me tell you, they'll say, I got to turn that off. That's Christmas. You understand? You train them up, man, like they're supposed to be trained. That's all. Teach them about themselves, man. Make them, show them the greatness. Show them about the greatest Israelites, Yahushua, Jesus Christ. Show them that they're the same people as him, the same blood as him. The same blood as Solomon, King David, man. Moses, all those great prophets of the Bible, they were all black and brown people, man. Show them their connection to those great men and how we're going to get it all back. Because you are going to have to explain to them why we go through such hell in America. Why don't it feel like we so great and glorious in America? You're going to have to explain that to them. And you can do that. And we'll help you teach them that. Come to the classes, man. Ask questions. And we'll teach you how to do that. Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Go to the 9th verse. So the Lord, he gave us statutes and commandments. We got to pass that down, man. Go to 9.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself.
Be careful now. Now you know these laws and statutes. You understand? The Lord said, I'm paraphrasing, be careful on what you hear, what you learn, because you're going to be responsible for it, man. That's the scripture. Paraphrasing. You are responsible for what you know, what you learn. Go ahead. It said, take heed to thyself. Read.
And keep thy soul diligently.
And be right, man. Keep your spirit right. Don't invite no ass out bottle girls and call it the Passover, man, and think you're doing the work of the Lord. Keep your spirit diligently. Go ahead.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
And that's what's happening in these Christian Israelite groups. They done forgot what the Bible was talking about, man. They done forgot what the Lord is saying in these scriptures. Why? Because they ain't been in the truth in forever, man. Some of them never. Some of them never. And the ones that broke off from the UPK and started those groups, they done forgot. The Spirit of the Lord done left them a long time ago. Read.
And lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons.
Lest thou forget, unless they go ahead all their life. But go ahead, read. But teach them what?
But teach them thy sons.
Teach your sons, man. Go ahead.
And thy sons' sons.
And teach your sons' sons, man. This knowledge got to go down, man. Our children got to learn this. Then their children after them got to learn it. Then their children after them. That's how you save them from this world, man. You teach them who they are. You teach them, and the Lord will give them the Holy Spirit to understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb, when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth.
And that's what the Lord gave us his laws a long time ago. Why? So we can be afraid of the Lord, man. So when he gave it to us, he warned us and said, if we don't listen to these laws, if we don't obey this, curses was going to come upon us and overtake us, man. And then you read those curses, they're horrible, man. Those curses are horrible, and we live in them every day in America, man. We didn't have to go through that. Because the Lord said in the beginning of Deuteronomy 28, if we did listen and did his laws and commandments and follow them, then we would be blessed, man, in the city, blessed in the field, man. Children would be blessed. We would be the head and our enemies would be the tail, man. There's a lot of blessings we could have gotten, but we went the other way, man. And we received the curses, man. And now the Lord's saying, we just like we heard his words then, so we can learn to fear him all the days that we're supposed to live on this earth. Read.
And that they may teach their children.
So that's the key. You got to teach your children this Bible. If you don't know the Bible, you got to come into the ISUBK and learn the Bible. Get yourself right. Fix yourself. Learn how to operate yourself. And then you can teach your wife. You can teach your kids. You sisters, you can learn too, and you can learn and teach the kids and fortify the kids and ensure them that they know who they are, that they know their greatness, man. That's how you protect them in America. We can't make America great, but we can teach our kids how great we are. And we can be great before the eyes of the Lord, so he can smash our enemies before our eyes. That's what we can do in America. You understand? Proverbs 22:6. So the key is teaching your children, brothers and sisters. That's how you help make it a better life in America until our king comes. Because when our king comes and put down our enemies, and we get up on them chariots, and the fire died down and the smoke cleared from America burning, oh man, we're going to live a wonderful, wonderful time. A wonderful time, your kids included. And their kids after them, and their kids after them. It's just going to be such a wonderful, glorious time. Read.
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Train up a child in the way that he should go. Go ahead.
And when he is old.
And when he is old. Listen. What does that mean? You train up a child in the way that he should go. Read on. And when he is old. Go ahead.
He will not depart from it.
He will not depart from it, man. He won't depart from it. Listen, Christians force their children to go to church, right? Every Sunday, they wait, come on, boy, we got to go to church. Hurry up, put on your good Sunday shoes. Put on your good Sunday shoes. And the kids is mad. Oh, Auntie, I don't want to go, Mom. I don't want to go, Granny. I don't want to go. Boy, get up and go to church. My mother made me and my siblings go to church. Guess what? She didn't go with us either. She got our ass up, got us dressed, and forced us to go on the neighborhood damn van to this damn church way on the other side of Philadelphia. And we in there hungry and miserable, no money. She sent us with no money. We in there hungry, miserable for hours until the bus took everybody back. In like 8 hours, in this place. Because we went to this church, listened to this BS sermon. Then everybody want to hug and kiss all the new people, the kids included. You got old spit-faced women slobbering all over you. They're in a line while you in another line going past getting hugged and kissed by every grandma in there, sucking your face off. You understand? Shaking hands with all the child molesters in there. And you go through the whole church, sit through this sermon. Afterward, they let the kids go in the basement and flip on the maps and play, little playgrounds in these big churches. Sometimes they got in the basement. Across the street, you got Deacon House or whoever house where they serving the food, but they're not giving away the food. They selling the food. So now me and my siblings over there are hungry as hell. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple times somebody from the neighborhood might have bought us a plate. But my mama was poor. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really have it to really give us money. They go buy no food. She thinking we going to church. The church going to take care of us. You understand? So children, and we black and brown kids, we forced to go to church all our young life. They make us go, and we hate it. Even on Wednesdays and Tuesdays throughout the week, days that we supposed to be off. Church day is Sunday. But these Christians, they pull you up in there on a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Monday, and they forcing their kids to go. But listen, their kids hate it. They hate it and complain and grow up hating it and can't stand it. Hate when you start talking about the Bible. You Christians, Jesus said this, boy, I'm tired of you living like this. And they can't stand it. But when they're grown, that Christianity is in them. When they're grown men and grown women, that Christianity is in them, whether they go to church or not. And a good majority of them start going to church on their own because it's just what they used to. You done forced them all their life. They used to being there. They used to that atmosphere. They used to those type of people up in there, which are hustlers and schindlers, slicksters, you know what I'm saying, and gamers all up in there. They used to all the nasty girls that's in church. That's just what they used to. You understand? They used to all them players up in there trying to have sex with all the sisters in the church. That's just what they grew up on. You forced them there. That's what they see all their life. They see all the hypocrites. They see in the church, adults talk about one thing, then they go do a whole bunch of other nasty things. A lot of them getting molested up in your church at them young ages. You just leave them there. You just leave them there. I thank the Lord, because my mother wasn't around to stop nobody from doing nothing to us. I thank the Lord that we wasn't even close to nobody to even be in that predicament, and I kept my brother and sister close to me, so I know nothing happened to them in there. You understand? But there's a lot of people who aren't as blessed. You understand? They have been there, and they in them little playrooms getting full out molested, or some pastor or deacon that took them to some other rooms, because it ain't like nobody watching over the children in a lot of these churches. These parents drop them off and they gone. Or they up in somebody else's business in some other place, some other house, while the kids is in the church where the children's supposed to be. You understand? And a lot of things is going on, but they grow up and become adults, and they remember the church. And they go to church, and they pay their tithes, and they full of Christianity. Listen, look at this. Truth is the same thing. I know your kids, some of them, they don't want to go to class. Bring them to class anyway. You understand? If it ain't going to interfere with their schoolwork, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of time we have late classes. Bring them to the events. Keep them around Israelites, man. Keep them around the brothers and sisters of the ISUPK. You understand? And meanwhile, teaching them when they're at home, teaching them, showing them good lessons when they make mistakes. You understand? Being right with them. Being right with them. Don't abuse them. You can deal with little children. It's easy to discipline, man. You ain't got to beat the hell out of them like they slaves. You make them do 5 push-ups, they start crying. You understand? 5 push-ups, little kids, and it's easier when they're young. It's harder when they become big and strong. Now you got to damn near knock them in their chin because you ain't did nothing when they was young. You understand? But you still can't knock them in that chin. You understand? It's ways to deal with the older kids also. You understand? You run them until they passed out. You understand? Make them work out. You ain't got to put your hands on them. You understand? You can raise your kids right and teach them this truth and let them come up right, man. And once again, when they old, read Proverbs again, 22:6.
Oh God, this book of Proverbs 22 verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Go ahead.
And when he is old,
go ahead,
he will not depart from it.
So just like these Christians do, you let your kids be around the brothers and sisters, man. You let them be around the truth in the ISUPK all their young life. And as they grow older, they're going to remember the truth, man. They're going to remember these laws. They're going to remember not to eat pork. You understand? I got a stepdaughter who was, young and raised in the truth, but she left out to go to school and all that there. So she ain't as connected to the school as she should be, as I would like her to be, of course, as I would like her to be. But guess what? She still send them tithes. She pay her tithes. She don't eat pork. She don't eat shrimp. She'll be at the Passover. You understand? But she's just not in here every day. She's not as committed as I would like her to be. But she'd have been trained since she was young. And her mother stood on it also and taught her right. And so now she's still in the school, still paying her tithes, still doing the things she's supposed to do, man. You understand? Whether she hated it or not. So bring your kids around, man. Teach your kids the right thing. And don't give up. Listen, every day is war. We tell you that all the time in the ISUPK. Life is war. Every day is war. So you go to war with these things that's coming out your TV and your kids are seeing. Go to war with the things that's coming out of the radio that your kids are seeing. Go to war with the wrong things that they're hearing about in school. My kids give me a report what they learn in school all the time, man. But my sons, they're at an age now where they can understand. They listen, yeah, in school, they was having this and that, giving out gingerbread men for Christmas and all that there. You understand? But, I let the teacher know that I don't celebrate no Christmas. I said, did she make you do something in there? No, she gave me another assignment to do, while the other kids drew Christmas trees and this and that. I said, all right, no sweat. Well, that's fine. She did the right thing, son. You understand? You do not conform to submit to these things. They know not to say no pledge allegiance because we don't pledge our allegiance to nothing in America. You understand? We don't do none of that. Your kids can learn the truth. And once again, it's not illegal. It's not illegal for them to follow the truth in school. You understand? My son, Jonathan, when he was younger, maybe 3 years ago, he told me that one of his teachers got mad because he wouldn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance or something to that effect. And this is around the time when Captain Colonic first started and all that there. And you know, I tried to get in touch with this teacher. I found out she was avoiding me. I'm leaving all kind of messages trying to get in touch with this teacher to give her a little nice UPK check-in. You understand? As an Edomite, of course. So some male teacher ended up calling me and asking me, you know, talking to me, trying to talk me down, and, you know, and I'm telling him my son will never stand for that goddamn allegiance or the flag or nothing. Do she got a problem with it? Do you have a problem? And she said it was a misunderstanding. She wasn't telling him he should stand up for it. And then there's a whole bunch of bull BS, you understand. But they got the point, and she left him alone because I just remember one of the reasons why I wanted to call and check her, because he had some low grade that I didn't understand from the same teacher. And I thought that she was giving him bad grades because he wasn't standing for the thing. So the grades magically went up, you understand? She left him the hell alone, and that was that, you understand? And I let him see my every step on how I dealt with it so he could know we go to war with this nonsense. I don't care who it is. You understand? You got to train your children and let them know this is the UPK. You understand? We ain't the purple homos and all they devious COINTELPRO sneaky crap. We honest straight from the gate, just like the scripture said when we read it. We leave dishonesty in the past. We become born again. We leave deceitfulness and all them things in the past because we born again in the ISUPK. And you will never see an ass out bottle girl in none of our events, in our classes, or nowhere around any of the things we put together, man. That's an abomination to the Lord. You understand? So with that, I think I'm gonna end it there, you die. What's the time? 12:59. No sweat. So I'm gonna end it there. Eat the water for all you brothers and sisters that's tuned in. I appreciate it. Come back next week. I ain't even getting. I got one more question that I could have got to today, but we get into it next week. And remember, send your questions in, man. I love your questions. I love all the different topics. Keep it going, man. And listen, you can see it. We what, a month away from the Passover? I'm feeling better and better the closer we get to Passover. Less than a month. Passover the 24th, right? Of next month. Listen, Passover coming up in a few weeks, man. A little over a few weeks. We're going to get it in Houston, Texas, man. Houston, Texas. And you're going to see real brotherhood, man. Real sisterhood. And you're going to see the spirit of the Most High in Christ up in that Passover. And I know you purple homos, you mad at it and you wanted to stop it. You wanted to stop it, but the Lord stopped you. You understand? The Lord stopped you. Big hand for PC Captain Yakazak out there in Houston, man. Handling his business all the time. And we'll see everybody there. Shalom, Israel.